We had heavy rains out here. We had 3 inches here in Temecula, so in Fallbrook. So I made sure that I had to make some adjustments in the terrain around the pond so the water didn't go into the pond, the runoff. You follow me? It's kind of sad to have to do that, but that's the water. The rain is polluted. So it's polluted. Oh yeah, it's radioactive, and it's got a lot of out here in California. It's either acid or alkaline rain.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it'll mess your car up. The first rains of the year.
I remember when we used to sell BMWs, we would get them in from acid rains, you know, and we'd have to repaint them.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know? Well, out here where we're at, it's a lot cleaner. In Laguna Beach, forget it. But out here in Fallbrook, it's a lot more mellow. We're in a microenvironment, and the rainwater's not so bad. But still, when it runs down the road, it's got picking up silt and stuff, and you don't want that in your pond. So the bottom line is, so I had to put an overflow in the pond. I had to do some, additional engineering to make sure it was all working right. And now the algae's in there, and it's eating up the leaves. And now we have 2 waterfalls on the pond. The pond is 80 feet across and 80 by 80 feet. It's a big pond, 80 by 80, and it holds close to 150,000 gallons. I did some physics on it. So we got 2 waterfalls that are about 10 feet tall with about, 150 tons of rocks on each one of them, because I moved them with my bulldozer there. They're huge.
Right. Yes. And
so 2 waterfalls will be going down. I haven't plumbed it yet, because I wanted, and I had to put an overflow in the pond because it rained so hard it almost overflowed the pond.
Right.
So I put an overflow in it, and so now I have pickup joints. Built into. I had to bust out cement, put pipes underneath. Because I was, I'm first pond I've designed like this. So now I'm getting a couple horsepower motor, and these huge waterfalls will be throwing water down from each side of the pond. Then I put the fish in, because you got to aerate the water.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, that's what. I had to put chlorine in there originally to keep the algae down. And no mosquitoes. We don't want them to have a mosquito breeding ground. So that's all been done, and now the rains are coming. So now I'll hook up the waterfalls. I'll put the big pumps in, and then we'll put some fish in. And we're going to put koi in it, I think.
Yeah, koi are beautiful.
Yeah, they're not cheap though.
They're not cheap.
No, so anybody who wants to donate money to the koi cause, just send it out to Pyradyne. I mean, it'll cost me $1,000 to put a few of those in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they get pretty big, don't they?
In this pond, they'll get 3 feet long.
Will they really?
Oh yeah, and this is a big pond. 150,000 gallons, 80 by 80. It's like a little lake. Yeah, they'll get about 3 feet long. That's about as big as they'll get, and you buy them, and they're about 8 inches long.
Right.
Yeah.
And they get that big. That's amazing.
Well, they're basically goldfish, but they're so pretty.
Yeah, they're gorgeous. I think weren't they Japanese at one point or other, and they came over here?
Yeah.
Were brought over here?
Yeah, they were brought over here in real high-end places. I built the waterfalls. We have a golf course down the road from us, about 8 miles, and they have a koi pond down there and the waterfalls, and I kind of copied their ideas.
Right.
I mean, I had when we were cementing this thing, it took a complete one whole load of cement, a big truck, just to cement the waterfalls. Forget this.
That's amazing.
Many trucks that put the cement in for the basic, the pond part is all cement.
Yeah.
The very center of the pond is not cement; it's clay with a wrapper. I wanted it to breathe into the ground, so if you cement the bottom of it completely, rather than put a sealant, I just put a fiberglass. Like a canvas. It's a special pond sealer, but not that big thick rubber thing that they sell you, because you want your pond to grow to bond with the earth, and you want feedback from the earth. So 3 feet of the bottom of the pond, which is about 1/3 of it, is not cement. It feeds the energy back, because cement kills the energy coming up from the earth going into the fish. Ponds are tricky. The first one I built out here was a failure, and it screwed up. So then I had to redo it.